Hello and welcome to Nothing to Wear. Today we're chatting to Nicole Adolphe all about 2025 fashion trends. It's just around the corner and she basically has a fashion crystal ball. So let's find out what we'll be wearing next year.
You have to do it. You live for fashion.
Nicole,
Hi, Lee.
so good to have you back. Now, we're not going to faff about because there is a lot to cover. We're talking trend predictions for 2025.
Yes.
Where did 2024 even go? And you are like our crystal ball of upcoming trends because of your fantastic job and your knowledge in the industry. So can we just jump straight into it?
Let's jump straight into it. I have so many things I want to say.
I'm excited. So sage green, it's going to be a new neutral?
Yes. So we've already seen like everyone's wearing camel and like creams and we just need a new neutral to play with in our wardrobe. So sage green we've seen filtering through and it's really going to like pop and come out more in 2025.
Okay, so sage to me is almost like a pastel, but it's like a dirty pastel. Like as in like, because it's not olive, it's not, well, it's not green, obviously, but is it kind of like that medium light green? I'm trying to explain it.
Okay, I would explain it like it's a muted green.
Muted,
So,
that's the word. When I said dirty, I meant muted.
yeah, so muted. It's not like pretty like a pastel.
Yes.
It's kind of like a little bit more raw.
Right.
And
But it's not that deep olive or khaki.
no.
Okay. And what kind of items? Everything?
Everything.
Blazers?
In apparel, yes. I wouldn't say it's going into shoes, but I have seen it in accessories, so in bags and things like that. But definitely
Okay.
tops, skirts, blazers,
I can imagine a cool
outerwear.
suit.
Yes, that would be very chic.
Okay, the second trend you've given me, I've only just looked at the list because I don't want to be excited or disappointed ahead of time. Handkerchief skirts, like what?
I know.
Again?
They are it is a bit like, do I want to wear this or is this a good one? But we definitely see them coming
So
through.
what is a
it's-
handkerchief for him?
It's like a fuller skirt that's sort of, I guess if you picked up a hanky from the middle, from the centre, that's what the bottom of the skirt would look like.
So it's not like straight. It's kind of, you know what I used to call it? Witchy poo. I don't know why. Witchy poo skirt. Like it's like jagged sort of just, like a draped bit of fabric.
Yeah, so it's draped. It's the way it's cut. Like probably if you laid it out on the table, it would probably be a big square. But then when you like put it on,
Yes.
it
a
turns
square.
into,
That
yeah.
makes sense. Oh, and to me, I also think a bit like Tree of Life vibes. Like, is it going with that hippie vibe?
yes, it's definitely because there's that real bohemian trend coming through. So it's the new bohemian. So just a new take on it. Handkerchief handkerchief skirt is one.
Okay.
And then you could team it with like a crop top sort of situation is what's
Okay.
making it newer.
Hot pants.
Hot pants, yes.
Like, how short are these shorts?
Very short.
Okay, like Kylie Minogue gold spinning around.
Yes. And teamed with maybe like a long sleeve or something a little bit baggier on top.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
yeah, maybe it's a graphic tee with a hot pant to go to the beach.
What kind of fabrics?
So I guess it comes in everything from knits to kind of tailoring
Oh, I
to
do
even
have
like
a few
stretchier
pairs of knit
versions
shorts
as
that are
well.
quite short. I wear them over my swimmers.
Yeah, it's a good like beach to bar thing. So imagine even like a shirt, like an oversized shirt with a pair of hot pants.
And a sandal or a heel or whatever you're comfortable in.
Probably like a flat, like maybe the thong flat.
Because do you think a
and a
heel and a hot
sandal.
pants are maybe a bit too
Well,
Las Vegas pool party?
That's how they had it on the runways. They had kind of heels and boots and things with hot pants.
Oh, wow.
But I think for the way to actually wear it and feel comfortable, definitely a flat.
Okay, cool. That's the handkerchief skirt or hem. So then you've got the scant. What is a scant?
Yes. Okay. I thought this was a really new one and it hasn't been, I mean, it's a made up word that hasn't been said before. It's like when everyone was wearing skirts over pants.
Yes.
Now it's like in the one piece. So it's a hybrid piece. It's like looks like a skirt over pants, but it's just one piece.
And you just purchase the one item and there you go. You don't have
Yes.
to work out the layering. Do you know why that appeals to me? I'm not a skirt over a pant person, but, well, personally, I just don't think I can pull off the look. It's not me, but also the going to the toilet. But I'd imagine this is just like undoing one item.
It is perfect for you then.
Yeah, because you don't have to pull up the skirt, pull down the pants, or pull everything, it's one and done. Interesting. Okay, so let's go up to the top for a bit. What's a knit polo top?
So knit polo is like, like those little, it's got the collar, it's got the short sleeves, and it's like, typically what you'd think you'd see someone playing golf in, for
Yeah,
instance.
like
a
I
little bit
immediately
preppy.
thought like Lacoste and stuff
yeah,
like that.
Polo Ralph Lauren,
Yes.
Lacoste, like those sorts of
But
sporty brands.
knitted like a cardigan knit? Or is it like
well, you can
a
get
cotton
those, but this
weave?
one is more like just the normal polo top.
Okay.
But it's a little bit more fitted. So it's a bit of
Oh.
a fitted shape. So I guess it's a little bit sexier when you think of traditional
Like
polo
sexy preppy.
tops. Yeah, sexy preppy. One with a blazer, maybe one with like a pleat sort of mini skirt or...
Because
a
preppy's
full
been
skirt.
here for a little while, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're just seeing new iterations of it.
Yeah,
like how people
tweaks.
tweaks. If you like preppy, like maybe you can like move into that sort of top this season.
Okay. Tent dresses, different lengths. Talk to me about a tent dress. It sounds very comfortable for my endometriosis.
Very comfortable. So it's just one of those things you can throw on. So a tent dress is like, I guess it's just, it's kind of square up the top, maybe has straps or it's strapless.
Okay.
And then it just kind of falls down, I guess,
So
like
like
a tent.
when you say across the top, like it sits under the arm like a...
Yeah, under the arm.
Yep.
It's
the
usually either
bust, yep.
strapless or a bit of a thin strap.
Yep.
And then it comes in a mini or a maxi version.
Wow.
Very comfortable,
Very
very
comfortable.
hides all lumps and bumps. Like
Yeah.
it is like the perfect dress you can just throw on,
Okay.
pop on a heel to dress it up, put on a flat to, keep it casual.
I'm down with the maxi vibes immediately in my head. I'm not sure if I could do a mini. I think I'd feel like a little toddler. Do we have pockets in any of these? I think pockets
Yes,
will get me
yes.
across the line.
Most of them, I'm not going to say they all do,
No,
but most of the
but-
ones I've seen do have pockets. So it's
Okay.
also versatile. Like put your pockets, put your phone in. Like,
Yes. And hopefully it's not strapless and your phone doesn't pull your dress off. I've done something like that before. Okay, I'm into that. I think that's cool. Had you, if you, that's obviously like a throw on and go summer dress with some sandals, but could you put something over it? Like, do you reckon you can do a trench? Like, if you need to kind of cover up the top part?
So I guess you'd probably want to go something a little bit more fitted.
Yeah,
at
because
the
it's
top.
so
Yeah.
loose.
So maybe it's more like a fitted, more like a slimline blazer, I guess. I wouldn't really suggest a boxy blazer because it'll just all feel way too
Yes.
oversized.
Okay.
So maybe it's like a denim shacket, for instance,
Oh,
which is
cute.
the cross between, jacket and then what else could you put? Yeah, even like maybe like a crop kind of
Yeah,
denim jacket as
yeah,
well.
I'm into the crop because then you don't want too much volume around, like if it's longer than your waist and the dress flares out there too.
Yeah, or more like a
Okay.
tailored blazer as well.
Love it. Okay, so we've had clutches, we've had the croissant bag, and now we're going to see the return of the shoulder bag. Tell me
Yes.
about that.
So now we're going practical, okay? We've
Yay.
been carrying our croissant bags around. They're so round. We're like, holding our clutch and we can't put it down.
And then you're at an event and you've got a drink and then you're like, I can't even hold my phone.
Exactly. And crossbody's been done. So we want to show our outfit. We don't want to hide it with a strap over it. So the shoulder bag is just over the shoulder, exactly what it sounds like. It's got the strap. It just goes over the shoulder and either sits just kind of around near the waist.
Okay. And big enough for our laptop, or is this more like...
Probably not big enough
Okay,
for the
so this is like
laptop.
more like going out or like...
Yeah, more like going out work bag.
Okay.
For laptop, you've got those really big oversized bags. So
Yeah.
you might have seen those big round ones. They come in like, really soft kind of leather.
Yes. Okay,
Um,
so we've got one of those separate for our shoes and our lunchbox and
Yes.
our laptop. Okay, so the WGSN colour for 2025 is called Future Dusk. So this is coming. What is Future Dusk?
So it is a cross between, I guess, a really dark blue and a dark purple.
Oh.
Yeah. So every year, like WGSN will say, what is the colour of the year? So for 2025, that's what they've predicted. And it's about,
Interesting.
I guess, because like that mood of sort of being a little bit more futuristic and a transition into the new era type thing. So
Okay.
I actually don't know how they come up with the colours.
Me
but this is
neither.
what
And
it is.
Pantone has their colour and everyone just jumps on it. Sounds a bit evening or a bit moody.
Yeah, it is a bit moody. So I think we've really seen a return to people loving to wear black. So it's always been a classic basic, but as we see more and more people wearing darker colours, now they're moving into this one. So I think it's definitely evening, but during the day maybe. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure if we're going to see apparel come through in this, but
Yes.
this is the colour of the season. So, I mean,
I'm
stay
sure we
tuned.
will.
But yeah, I guess you could team it with denim.
Yeah.
Team
Or
with denim
crisp
and
white.
leather. There was a lot of leather coming through on the runways, so definitely leather during the day, just different leather basics.
Okay, while we're on colour, talk to me about what's happening with red. A couple of seasons ago, red kind of burst onto the scenes. Are we still seeing it this next season?
We're still seeing red. So 2 iterations of red. You've got your bold, bright reds, or just like, your normal
Tomato or
tomato
true
reds.
blue, like blue-based red?
Yes.
Yep.
And then you've got your cherry red, so like a cherry lacquer red.
Almost like a burgundy?
No,
Not
I
as
would say,
burgundy.
like we had burgundy this year, so we had wine this
Oh my
year.
God.
If we're oxblood or wine,
Yes.
was this season, and next year it's going to be cherry red.
Okay, so a bit deeper than a regular red, but not as deep as burgundy. I'm just going to pull out whatever red I've got. I don't care.
I feel like it's a prettier red. Like when I think of bold red, I think like that power red, like the power suit.
Yes.
And it's quite statement to wear. When I think of cherry red, I feel like it's a little bit less harsh.
Okay,
a
yeah,
bit
no.
prettier, a little
That
bit
makes sense.
girlier.
Yes, okay. Now back to something I wanted to ask that you mentioned back with the handkerchief trend is the new bohemian. So what does that mean? I feel like I haven't seen boho, really in the zeitgeist for a while.
Yeah, so I feel like some women just like to stay in that kind of boho kind of era and continue to wear their boho. And there are a lot of brands that still do that like year round. But definitely in most of the labels, there was boho elements. So new boho would be like the boho blouses. So those like blouses that are quite like, just voluminous, like with the big sleeves and maybe like the little tie-ups.
Okay. Like a pussy blouse.
Not so
No.
much. More like you wear it undone. So just
Okay.
it's like a bit of a shoestring strap with a little bit of a V.
When Sienna went back to the Chloe show, she's kind of reignited the boho
Definitely,
vibes.
Chloe was all about it on the runway. So that would be your go-to if you're looking for inspiration. Have a look at Chloe and Isabel Marant, and they definitely tap into that boho. And then also the poet-style dress.
What's a poet style dress?
So that would be like, I guess, imagine like, think of an arty type person. It's like a beautiful, like voluminous long dress. Maybe it's got buttons up the front. It's got full sleeves.
It feels
and
a
bit
bit
of
like
a fuller skirt.
not olden day, but do you know what I mean? Like a bit sort of, how do I put it? I know exactly what you mean when you describe it. Okay, it feels romantic.
Yes, romantic would be a
Okay.
good word. And it might be printed or it might be like plain or it could be pastel or just like a light floral.
And now suede as well. So that's kind of falling under the boho banner.
Yes. So suede, we've definitely seen that coming through in accessories and, a few skirts and things like that just to replace leather. I'm expecting to see it come through in other things, like maybe it'll be jackets, maybe it will be like little hot pants or maybe a pair of pants.
When we were both in Paris a couple of months ago, or late last year now, I bought an amazing suede coat thrifted. And I love it. So I'm excited to hear this. But my problem is when you need a coat, it's cold. And when it's cold, it might be raining. And I don't know how to wear suede in the rain. So I haven't worn it.
Yes, that is a problem.
It really is a juxtaposition kind of fabric, right? Because it's warm. But
it is definitely. I think, yes, it's just like something to add on. Maybe not in the rain. Definitely go leather when it's in the rain.
Okay, good.
And also I should say it's brown suede.
Oh, okay.
So that's the colour that we're looking
Like
for
a chocolate
here.
brown.
Yes.
Okay, I'm into this. Let's stick to leather. Well, I'm guessing they're leather. Western boots?
Yes. So the Western boot, we're going to see it come through just because it also taps into that bohemian feel as well. Not so much like last year with all the Swifties wearing like the kind of like full-on kind of
They felt a bit
diamante,
costumey.
bright Western boot. I'm thinking more like just it's a black or a brown Western boot.
Okay,
or
so
maybe
there's not a
it's
lot of
got sort of plainer.
contrast?
No, probably not too embellished.
Okay. Oh, okay. I could maybe do that. High or flat or everything?
As a boot, just with that little heel
Little
that
block
they usually
heel.
have. Yeah, like so that Western block heel. That's not too high. And the boots, I guess, around knee high.
Okay. Or maybe like
Calf to knee thigh,
Okay.
yeah.
And how do you wear those without looking like you're in a Western?
So I think the best thing to do is to wear them with, it's easy to wear with a dress or a skirt. Even if you wanted to just try it with maybe one of those silk satin bias cut midi skirts.
Oh, yeah.
You could try
Oh,
it
I've
with
got a
that.
lot of those.
You could just maybe try like a singlet, like the tank top with that sort of silk skirt and the Western boot, which is really toned down way to wear it.
Okay.
Obviously, if you're wearing double denim, then
You're
will
gonna
feel
look
really
like
Western.
Yes.
It also does look good with those hot pants as well,
Boom.
if you dare to wear those. I don't know me. I don't see us particularly wearing them, but look, you never know.
You never know.
And then also it does look good with maybe like kind of like a shift style dress as
cute.
well.
Okay. So maybe if you've got the boot first, then you try and almost put it with something that you wouldn't necessarily wear it with, so it's not too themey.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
almost
it's
like the wrong shoe theory.
Yes, I was
Well,
about
they
to
the wrong
say.
shoes.
Yes.
Okay,
The
I like
wrong shoe
it.
theory, and the Western shoe is the wrong shoe. So you put it with
Okay.
anything and just it works.
It works. Okay.
Well, you have to pull it off. You've got to be confident.
You do. All right. What's a fit and flare dress?
So fit and flare is where it's kind of fitted up the top and then it kind of flares out at the bottom.
Okay.
So-
and when you say bottom, like under the bust or the waist, or does it different?
So it could be a few. It could be drop waist, so that's kind of around near the hip.
Oh, no.
So drop waist, and then also it could also be waisted.
Okay.
But I guess the principle of it is it's fitted up the top.
silhouette?
Even if the neck, yes, the silhouette. Even if it's got off the shoulder or a tank top style
Okay.
up, for the neckline, it's just all fitted and then flared at the
Okay.
bottom.
Dressy, casual, all of the above?
I would say more casual, but
Okay.
we are seeing it come through in evening wear as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Talk to me about mod. This feels very 60s. What's happening there?
Yes, so it's just the A-line shift dress. It's short.
Okay.
So it's for those that like to wear that shorter dress. And it's also like maybe it's not necessarily short on some people, depending on your height. So people that do prefer the shorter dress, it's a bit 60s and it's just, I guess it's a different take on the tent dress because it's got the high round neck.
Yeah, and sleeveless sort
And
of, but a thicker
sleeveless,
strap,
yes.
and then just falls. A bit
And
twiggy.
just falls. Yeah,
Colour?
definitely.
Anything?
Colour could be anything. It could be like, the butter yellow that's out. It could be sage green. It could be like simple white linen. It could be black.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that.
Printed.
Thankfully, trends aren't the law, and we're not going to go to prison if we don't follow them. All right. I want to talk about maximalist pieces. Like, I'm guessing this is touches and details. What's this all about?
Yes. So it's a bit, we've seen like low key luxury. So that was quite big in 2024 and kind of at the end of, I guess, 2023. Now everyone wants to go maximalist. So we're talking like something that's statement. So it's like bigger and better. It's bigger bows. Bigger sleeves, brighter colours, like more kind of statement prints, like more texture, more kind of, I guess, more ruffles, just
More and
everything
more
like
is
more and
more.
more. Yes, more is more.
That feels like a good trend if you want to dip your toe to do affordably, because I feel like once you've worn that big bow dress a couple of times, you're probably not going to, it's not going to become a staple, but it's fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you just own it and then add some like big accessories as well, like with the texture or like bigger earrings.
No wonder
or-
it's called maximalist. What is feminine grit? I like the sound of it.
So feminine grit is, I guess, when femininity meets that darker kind of like sexier silhouette. So it's sort of like an offshoot of like the brat girl trend. So
What
it's
was the
like,
brat girl trend?
Brat is
Oh,
like,
brat girl.
Yes.
Yes.
so brat girl is like, wear what you want and I don't care. I'm not making any apologies. This is what I'm wearing. This is how it looks. Sexier. It's got black. It's got leather. It's got, knee-high stockings. It's got like lace. It's sheer. So it's a juxtaposition of feminine and strength, but we're seeing it in a more wearable way. So
Okay.
it means that designers are incorporating, rather than we all have to think about, hey, what are we going to put together? Those elements might be in the same dress.
Right. So there's a little bit of feminine, there's a little bit of grit in the one item.
Yes.
Ah.
So it might be a top that has like a silk satin mixed with a lace and a cutaway to add the sexiness. Or
Right.
it might be a dress that's got two different textures mixed in the same dress.
Okay.
Just so it's got that feminine
Yeah,
and
it's
that
done the hard
toughness
work for you.
together. Yes.
But if you want to kind of, I guess, plan your own wardrobe, you could do your own feminine grit by mixing sort of feminine laces and sheers with.
Definitely. So, for
Denim?
instance, I would say like something masculine. So, I would say say, for instance, if we all love blazers, we all have blazers, boxy blazers, boyfriend blazers. You could mix the blazer with the lace,
Okay.
which would be a look. You could mix a sporty style jacket with lace as well. You could do a chunky boot with
Okay.
it. So, it's about mixing those tougher pieces back.
I've got it. Now.
Even just adding black to
you-
a pastel sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's an easy one.
So when you just mentioned masculine, I thought of my very, very large collection of wide leg trousers, which are a bit masculine and androgynous. What's happening with wide leg trousers?
So we are seeing wide leg trousers have proven slightly hard to wear, I think. Like maybe some people feel like they can't pull them off. So we're seeing the pants get slimmer. So we're going more straight leg. We're going more, let's call it a relaxed fit.
Okay.
But we've also seen tapered pants, so where it's a little bit almost like a mum jean but in a trouser. So it's like a little bit wider, I guess, up the top. And
like
it
a barrel?
down.
Or not as...
Not so much
not
like
as
a barrel.
not as
obvious.
emphasised. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say just tapered down the bottom.
Tapered or straight?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still wearing my wide legs. I mean, wide leg is such a, how long is a piece of string? I've got some that are kind of straight wide and I've got some that are almost tent dresses on my legs. So I guess it depends on what you've got at home. Okay, that's good. I mean, I feel like you told me they're not completely gone, so I'm just going to roll with that.
No, keep wearing them. But you will see that the shape is
coming slowly.
becoming slimmer.
I feel like we're going back to skinny, but that's another episode.
Not yet.
Okay, listen, you have so many amazing insights. I'm going to let you do one more before we do bougie and budget, which is the heeled thong, and we'll talk about it in a second. But will you come back for a second one because there's too much to cover here?
Definitely.
Okay.
Love coming here.
Okay, good. All right, so now we're doing a heel with a thong.
Yes.
With a
thong
toe
heel.
thing.
Yes. So thong heel or thong wedge or thong flat.
Wedge? What? Did you see my reaction?
I did.
I can do a thong flat. Okay. Yes. Look, they're not even that comfortable. Don't you feel like if you're in a heel and then it pushes on your
I
thing?
Actually love them because it feels like it dresses up a casual outfit. Like without feeling like you're in a heel.
Right.
Even if it's just a small one, you just don't
So could
feel
we
that
do a little
dressy.
kitten heel?
Yeah. Like you don't feel like you're wearing a stiletto. It just feels like I'm kind of in thongs from the front.
Yes.
So I'm still casual. But then at the same time, it's really comfortable to go out at night. As well.
It's a bit like I wasn't sure of the dress code, so I've kind of done a mullet for
for
my shoes. No, I'm into it. I can do a kitten heel. All right. Well, on that note, let's do bougie and budget. What's your budget heeled thong for us?
Okay, so my budget one would be the Daisy Frida thong here, which is just $69.99, and it's like 3 colours. I would choose black or the yellow.
Okay, show me.
Season.
I need to describe it for us.
Okay, let me click on this and describe it for you. Okay, so it does have a heel. I would say like it is a bit bigger than a kitten heel, but not as high as a stiletto.
Okay, so we're medium.
And it has a wider thong strap.
Okay.
So it's not one of those thin mini ones like the Havaiana. It's a little bit thicker and it's a leather thong with a round toe.
Okay, I'm into that. How much again?
$69.99.
Okay, I like it. Okay, you might convince me. Well, I've given myself the mission of sage green. So there's a beautiful blazer from Zara. It's called the Linen Blend Blazer. It's $139. Have I got my sage right? Is that the right kind of colour?
That is perfect.
Obviously, there'll be links in the newsletter, but I was on a green little rabbit hole and I was like, oh, is that sage? Oh, I don't know. But yes, it's kind of, see what I mean by dirty pastel? Like it's muted.
That's a good way to describe it as well. It's
muted.
Almost like,
it's not deep.
I thought of another way, like matcha. It's like,
it's like matcha.
Yeah.
Can you tell the Iconic and everyone to call it matcha green? Then we know what we're talking about. What's your bougie heeled thong then?
So at the moment, I'm loving everything from St. Agni. So I'm going to pick something from St. Agni.
I love St. Agni. I've got some of their flats and they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're so good. So slingback thong heels. These ones are silver, metallic, $449.
Slingback thong?
Yes. So this one I'm thinking like maybe it's something maybe I dance in because it's got that added protection.
It's going to hold you in.
The strap at the back. And it's same thing. It's got the thong strap and it's metallic and it's got
When you say metallic, is it a silver?
Yes.
Okay, because silver's been everywhere too. What's happening with silver? Is it staying?
Yeah, I think it'll stay for a bit. Yeah.
Cool. I've been kind of buying some metallics in like, the mixed metal necklaces. I even got some mixed metal heel, like leather heels with a gold and a silver leather because I was like, then I just don't have to think about what I'm wearing it with.
I think silver is a good dress for like that kind of like party,
good colour for party.
With something evening.
Okay. My sage green handbag is a wish list item. It's the Oroton Sabine shoulder bag. So, oh my gosh,
shoulder bag?
I didn't even know. But it's $529.
Obsessed.
So it's definitely a wish list. So I got my colour right. It's like a little... it's longer than it is tall. Like it looks like a big envelope, but it's got then a beautiful handle. And then she's holding it as a clutch. Of course she is. Oh, she's wearing this, when I say she, the Origin model is wearing a full sage suit. So this is definitely a thing. It's so beautiful. That colour, I've not really seen bags before, and I don't have anything like it at home. But at $529, it's definitely a wish list bougie for me at the moment. Okay, Nicole, you're coming back because there's so many more trends to unpack. But thank you so much for your advice today, and we can't wait to chat again.
Thanks, Lee.